Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. This channel is not intended for kids under the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, please leave.
Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero, and this is Sub-Zero from the Mortal Kombat 3 game, and this is a figure I've been waiting for quite some time, and I think a lot of you, if you've been following this line, have been waiting for it as well. And I got to give a huge shout out to Toyco Toys and Collectibles. One, being part of the Facebook pre-order group allowed me to know when this figure was coming out, and I was able to claim a pre-order, so this bad boy was delivered to my doorstep when it came out. So I'm super stoked to have this thing, and it's in that typical Storm Collectible style box as well. You got the amazing artwork on the front, and then for you inbox collectors, it's not as pretty because you got a lot of plastic inside protecting the figure and everything. I always love how the artwork wraps around to the side of the box. So you inbox collectors, or the people that collect the boxes, put these bad boys on the shelf empty, and you could have all the side profiles of all the characters you've been collecting. On the right side of the box, you get the figure all posed up using that head sculpt, which we'll be getting into once I get the figure out of the box. On the back of the box, we got the figure posed up. We got the portraits being advertised, all the accessories and effects he comes with. Out of the box, Sub-Zero comes with 2 fist hands equipped. Here we have some open counter expressive martial arts hands. We also get some expressive martial arts hands, which technically I guess all these hands are expressive martial arts hands. Here we have some tiger claw style hands. Finally, we get some karate chop Buddha palm spear hands. Here we have the alternate portrait, and I hate this fucking head. I hate it. I hate it with the passion. The eyes look all right. The eyebrows are there. But look at his teeth and lips. Look at that. It just doesn't look good. Even from different side profiles and things like that, he looks awful. Whoever did that facial expression needs to be fired. Or at least reprimanded. Because, maybe not lose their job or anything. But, that just looks awful. It looks so bad. You want to know what this reminds me of? The hair sculpt looks pretty good, though. See the hair sculpt. But you want to know what this head reminds me of? And it's sad that I even have to think of this. Every time I saw people do reviews or post pictures with this head on the figure, even on the package, it reminds me of the sheriff from Mr. Pickles.
What's wrong? Is somebody in trouble?
You can't be Sub-Zero without some ice effects, and boy, does this guy come packed with effects. Here we get this nice frozen, I'll call it an ice coffin. That's what we'll call it. We got some handprints on there, right on the booty and up in the top part. That's for the, I'll bring it in close so you can actually see the handprints if it'll stop being blurry. That's for the hands to get in there so you can actually hold this and have him holding it up in the air. But this thing is sweet. You don't even need to have a figure in here to have this thing look sweet. So, yes, this is a coffin of ice, so when you freeze your opponent, you can just get him and just blah, break him in half, and it breaks into 4 pieces. It's crazy. This figure was actually the first Mortal Kombat figure I did not get instruction manual with. I wonder if they cut that out for cost, but it's still really cool that we get these 2 pieces here, but we also get more. So let me set these down for a second. I'll actually set that one up. So we get these cool blood effects. Really awesome. They're gummy. You can have them sitting on the ground like they're just blood dripping on the ground. And then we got this one. Same idea. Really cool looking blood. But this one's got the organs. It's got some intestines showing and stuff like that. So some awesome gore. Here we have the blood effects actually attached. It took a little bit to figure them out, but the one with the intestines goes in the top half. But you just got it where he's just busting somebody in half, just like blah. And this is a pretty awesome and a massive effect piece. For all you rock candy fans, we get 2 blue raspberry rock candies, and no, these are actually ice effects that come out the palm of his hand, so he's just dual blasting somebody. And honestly, that's how you'd probably do the fatality, just be blasting the guy standing there to get him into that ice coffin. And these things are sculpted really nice.
But wait!
Subzero comes with the ultimate blood effect, this ginormous blood puddle. It's awesome looking. It is badass. I love it. There's not much translucence, but I guess if you're pouring everything out of them, it may not be translucent, but it is definitely red. You got these ripples for where his feet will stand. And again, this thing is just, it's huge. It's awesome. I really, really like this. We also get bloody limbs. Now, these hands are from the forearms down. They're bloody. They're just sculpted in hands and stuff. And it's cool. We got one that's open, one that's fists. And then you actually got the bones and nastiness coming out the end right there. So you can just add that to your bloody blood puddle. Bloody blood puddle. That's a tongue twister right there. Now, you just can't have hands as bloody limbs. We got some little bloody foot stumps, and the blood looks good. It's nice and shiny, has a gloss to it. We get some like darker black wash, almost like it's poop. Because I guess, I don't know, maybe if you're getting ripped open, you'd have your stomach bile and whatever else pouring onto it. And these ones definitely, like the stubs with the bones sticking out, they look a lot gnarlier than the hands, but these are pretty awesome. I mean, who doesn't, again, it's just adding more to being able to display your Mortal Kombat figures, even more for fig photography. I mean, keep at it, Storm. Keep giving us effects like this so we can use them for all of our figures. Now, if a giant blood puddle wasn't enough, with limbs and a frozen ice coffin with blood pouring out of that, we do get 3 different bones with blood all over them. So, you know, it does send back the memories of Mortal Kombat 3 where they just exploded into so many different bones and pieces and everything like that. And I think that's where they were going with this one. The last piece we get is a partial spinal cord attached to the pelvis area and a hip bone. And yeah, just more gross pieces to add to a blood puddle. I'm already having fun with these gore effects. I mean, this is awesome. I love that they gave us this. This definitely makes up for the sheriff crappy head sculpt that he came with. Sub-Zero up close looks pretty badass. The head sculpt is great. It's everything you'd want in this head sculpt for a straight face. Now, the head plastic is a different tone of plastic than the other parts of his fleshy body, which it doesn't bother me that much. His head looks pretty good. You can see a seam line that just follows across the top of his hair. That's a bummer. I wish they would have hid that a little bit better. And, I mean, he has the issue that I had with, like, that Mortal Kombat 3 Scorpion. It's just like, you got these shoulders, right? And they just, here, I'll just put his arms down. They just seem, like, rounded. It just, I don't know. Like, you know, you put his arms up and stuff like that. It just, something's off with his shoulders a little bit. But, I mean, you're not going to just have him pose like this. So you're going to get him in some dynamic poses. And that's not even going to be an issue. This is cool because the preview that we got at one of the conventions when they first showed Sub-Zero, we had this, but it didn't have the little straps in between. Looks pretty good. This forearm crap that they have going on here, I wish they just would have had a separate piece or something, because that's fucking shit. That is utter shit. Like, these figures aren't cheap, so, like, why would you paint that so poorly? Like, give me some gauntlets or something. Like, this one's okay, but it's still not painted nicely. They just did thin lines, even though the sculpt is a lot thicker. It's a bummer when it comes to these gauntlets there. I might have to paint them up myself. But I love the veins, the musculature, and the figure. Always good. This belt, it's okay. It's just, you could tell that's painted white. And I don't know, I guess it's going to look good at a distance. Sort of like, I don't know, any sort of like stage props and stuff like that. They go a little bit extra. And I got these little spots. Like, so you see this little piece of black sticking up right there. And I have a little piece up right there as well. It's like they didn't trim the plastic or the rubber good enough. So I got little pieces sticking out. So it's like, it's weird seeing these little flaws with these guys. Like, because Storm Collectibles usually just making hit after hit with these figures. But I mean, they're minute. They're minor issues. That alternate head is the issue. The crotch is painted good. This whole diaper, I think down here, I think this diaper is blue, because if I move his legs, it's like blue underneath. So this is like casted in blue. I think it's painted here. So you want to be careful not to like chip, because I know some of these figures, not these ones particularly, but I've seen some paint chip on Storm figures before. The legs are sculpted nicely. I love that dark blue. It's a nice dark blue. Then we get to his shin guards, which scream just Mortal Kombat 3 to me. Painted and dirtied up. Just the weathering on it looks great. How the light hits it looks awesome as well. We got the blue booties, I guess. Ninja shoes, because he has the toe parts in them. And just overall, like, this figure's awesome. I like it. I do like it. Having them in hands. Like, Storm Collectibles figures in hands always feel like a premium figure when you have them in hand. Now, Articulation's just like a lot of the other figures, but I'll go over it. It's on a sort of like ball peg joystick, so you get his head to move all crazy, left, right. He can look up, look down, you know, lots of motion there. His arms can go up. He's got the butterfly in there that works very, very well. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, wrist rotation, and bend. So definitely awesome. He does have ab crunch, so he can lean back quite a bit. And his chest is sort of wanting to cave in a little bit. But it's a rubber. This is like a rubber overlay. So then he can lean forward quite a bit if you want him bowing. And the ab crunch and stuff, it feels like as I'm moving it, it's more of a natural feel to it. You know, and if his chest gets concaved, you just push it out and it bubbles out because it, again, is rubber. We do get the ball joint in the waist. Can't really move it too much. You sort of can, but it almost feels like, I think this is attached. So I feel like he's in like a onesie, so you don't get much movement out of that. His legs can kick up quite a bit. It's knocked his hand off. That's because I didn't put it on loose enough, so it wasn't because of the figure. Double jointed knees, no boot cut, ankle bend, pivot like crazy, and toe bend. And let's see how well he does the splits. Get his arms out of the way. He can do the splits. Full Van Damme with Sub-Zero. I am amazed that Storm Collectibles has designed such a ginormous effect piece that a figure can support. There's no foot stand or anything on this figure. He's just straight up holding on to the broken up body that's been frozen solid, and it's awesome. Well, one of his hands is sort of popping out, but still, the fact that the figure can support that weight and not have any issues. He doesn't even want to fall. I'm having a blast with these effect pieces. I busted out an old Quan Chi figure. I even put him in halfway in the shell because the upper part wouldn't fit because he has too many little spiky things that make him too wide. But still, he can hold his blast ice effects going horizontal. And I know they're supposed to go vertical because he rains it up and it rains back down. But whatever. This still looks awesome. The fact that all the hands pop into these effect pieces so they don't fall out, so you can display them and have them look so badass. You can use them for fig photography. Storm Collectibles is learning a lot from their figures as they're developing them and making them, because I mean, if I recall having the original Reptile, awesome figure, some of his acid effects sometimes didn't want to stay in the hands as nice, but they really outdid themselves as Sub-Zero. They actually pop onto the fingers and everything, and it's awesome. This figure is just straight up badass. Sure, some shitty paint apps on the forearms and that head sculpt's trash, but everything else is pretty solid on this figure. Can we admire the balance game that Storm Collectible figures have? Their joints squeak and make noise for a reason, because those joints are nice and snug and buttery smooth, and they're awesome. They look fantastic when you get them into these poses. They can pull off poses and balance, and they can support the weight of their effects. It's an awesome thing to see a figure come with stuff that he can use and nothing's drooping and dragging, and it's just a solid release from Storm Collectibles. In the end, Mortal Kombat 3 Sub-Zero is a fantastic figure to go with your Storm Collectibles collection. I know we're getting tons of ninjas. We have a bunch of Sub-Zeros now, a bunch of Scorpions, you know, but we got Kung Lao to look forward to. I got him pre-ordered through Toyco, and you know, it's awesome to see these figures come to life. Sure, this one's not 100% perfect, but it's pretty damn close. Some paint issues and alternate head sculpt I'm not a fan of, but those again are minor compared to what you get with this figure. It's just jam-packed, full of accessories and effect pieces, which to me is worth it. And that sums up my unboxing and review of Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat 3 Sub-Zero. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button for me, as it'll mean the world to me. And hit that silver bell notification if you want to stay in the know with when I post up a new video. Make sure you guys go check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. The website is down below, and it has a promo code down there for you guys to get free shipping on anything you see on the website. And make sure you guys check out the Facebook pre-order group. It's a group you can join for free, and it'll keep you in the know with what is coming out, and it allows you to basically pre-order the figures as they're coming out. So they're guaranteeing these figures to get to your doorstep, delivered to you, crispy, minty, and you don't have to worry about paying scalper prices, because if you're aware of Storm Collectibles, once these figures come out and they're gone, the resale value is ridiculous. So definitely pick up some Storm Collectibles, enjoy them, and don't pay those scalper prices. And most importantly, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day.